What's up, babes? It's your fairy rave godmother here, just pulling up and saying some things that you need to hear right now. Or maybe you don't need to hear them. Maybe they'll just hit you and kind of simmer and steep into your being, but you're watching, so I love you. Listen, how you been feeling lately? Past couple of days, maybe past week or so. There has been a very, 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 very big solar storm. It happened last week, the last few days of May into the first few days of June. But the effects of that, all those charged solar particles, have been hitting the Earth over the course of Sunday, Monday, Tuesday through this week. So like June 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. And think about it. Have you had a wicked headache? Have you been generally feeling just kind of crappy? Nauseous? Maybe it was the effects of the sun. Listen, take it or leave it, okay? It's kind of a grand idea to think that how your being is right here, right now, is actually feeling the sun. The storm is hitting, took some time to come to Earth, and now here we are. I feel like one of the biggest challenges that we all face in some way, shape, or form is the feeling of disconnection. I know it's why I like astrology so much, because astrology is a worldview that puts me bloop right into the ecosystem of the natural world. The stars, the planets, everything out there in the solar system, that's nature. Just like the trees, the ocean, the desert, the landscapes on Earth. And what happens there ultimately affects us here as well, because we are within that ecosystem. Maybe I'm blowing your mind. Jupiter and Mercury, the planet of knowledge and expansion, the planet of communication and ideas, recently conjunct in Gemini. So maybe this is me saying, hey, let's take a look at your worldview. Can we level it up? Can we blow it up a little bit? Or maybe this is me just telling you, think about the fact that you are actually part of something greater than you know. Again, pull back. How do you feel? How is your being in this moment? Because remember, like I always say to my students, your soul is the mediator of your experience. We all gonna have a different experience. We got different minds, different bodies that are kind of like the filters for experience, but it's your soul that says, yeah, this tracks. Or, oh, this does not feel good. What do I need to do about it? And I hope in the very least that this takes a little pressure off you. Take some pressure off yourself, babe. You are responsible for your inner life, but you are not responsible for all of the things that affect your inner life. And if thinking out into the solar system is too big, and like, nah, okay. Think about your immediate surroundings, who you live with, who you spend the most time with, where you work. What's that environment like? Just take some time to track and make a little constellation. Plot these points that orbit around you, and know that you are in the center receiving the effects of all of them. Let me see, what else? I've been thinking a lot about this because I, like other people, have internal patterns that are challenging. Sometimes things happen and I'm like, not again. Can't catch a break. Well, zooming out and thinking big, there is such thing as the cosmic law. Stuff is going to happen. We are in this system that is greater than us, this ecosystem of life. It's having cause and effect upon different things within it. And that's way above my pay grade to understand. That's the point, right? I'm just a human. But as a human, there's also the human law, which I would loosely equate to the ego. And it is the ego that dictates a lot of the choices that we make and the track that we're on, so to speak. Depending on how you've evolved or grown or lived throughout your life, your ego might require some care, might be tracking you on patterns of care or different types of attachments and ways that you react or don't react to things. So as Jupiter slides into Cancer on June 9th, Jupiter might also bring some of this wisdom with that transit and inform the way that you care for yourself. So, the spiritual piece is, you're here, you belong. There's some divine or cosmic game plan, access codes to which I do not have. And that's what we're moving through in life. When fate shows up with something, you got the choice, right? So fate's gonna fate, and then free will is part of that human law. You have a choice. If you have cared for your internal world and for the experience that your soul is having, being with that feedback loop of emotions and feelings and how things are showing up for you in reflection, then maybe you have a little more agency to make a different choice. And even though patterns might repeat, you react differently to them, or they just don't affect you in the ways that they used to. Know that that too is possible. There are things we cannot control, and there are things that we can. And we all showed up in this body, in this time, in space, for this life. So take care. Give yourself a little space and give yourself some care that you need. I like my hot chocolate at night. No, I know that's not really like, anything hot, but whatever makes me happy. It's my routine. My dog gets a peanut butter bone. I get some hot chocolate at night. The care that you give yourself will hopefully help to nurture yourself. So when the storms coming from the sun, coming from sits around you hits you, you can be with it and say to yourself, this too will pass. Big love to you, and you, and you, and you, all creatures, all beings.